All right, Elon, what do you got, dude? Well, this is from More Perfect Union. Keeping up with the Elon Musk reiterated his intention to destroy programs like Social Security, which he has called the Ponzi scheme. Again, like if you think it's the Social Security is a Ponzi scheme, you have no fundamental idea how it works. But then again, yeah, Elon's not very bright. He doesn't know how anything works. Yeah, most of the federal spending is entitlements. That's the big one to eliminate. This is like literally shit this is like literally from the 80s, dude. Like the same justification that Ronald Reagan used to cut Social Security. Literally the same shit. Like next thing he's gonna pull out of his hat is like welfare queens. What do you got to say about this, Elon? What do you have to say for yourself? You absolute fucking dumbass.
So the I mean the ways important.
Is there an echo on where they're talking right now? Get your shit together, Fox.
In entitlement spending, which is which is most of the federal spending is entitlements.
So about what, a third of the budget I think is spent on Social Security or like in general like welfare programs in the United States. Again, since Elon Musk wants you to suffer and die, so the line can go up by 0.002%. He's okay with your Mima and your Peepaw going back to work as like a Walmart greeter to make sure that the line for the Walton family can go up by 0.001%. So yeah, that's why he wants to cut Social Security. I mean, we can talk about like the George Carlin bit, for example, of like they want to come for your Social Security, and who he means by they is the billionaires, like this motherfucker right here, because it's all about just getting your dumbass like slave labor. To be honest, get your fucking old people labor. That's all we care about. We just want you to suffer. And that's pretty much about it for Elon, because he hates you.
So that's like the big one to eliminate, because that's the sort of $500 billion, maybe 700 billion a year. That is also a mechanism by which the Democrats attract and retain illegal immigrants.
Yeah, that's just not even true. Just a lie, but okay.
By essentially paying them to come here.
So wait, hold on. So he thinks that Democrats use Social Security in order to pay illegal immigrants to vote for the Democrats? Is that it? Like, this is like. Here's the thing with a claim like that. There's obviously zero evidence for that. So again, I guess we have to explain, what is Social Security for? Obviously, it's provides things through multiple programs. Again, what Elon seems to forget constantly, for whatever reason, illegal immigrants, first off, they can't vote. So, like, how do the Democrats benefit from this exchange? They don't. They don't really benefit from this exchange whatsoever, because they're still illegal immigrants. They're incapable of voting. So, there's that. And in like what way is he talking about? Like SNAP? Is he talking about like Medicaid? Stuff that's provided for like poor people? Is that what he means? How many like I'm not sure what the statistics are 100%, but how many like illegal immigrants, generally speaking, try to go and get like government assistance? Generally speaking, if you're in America, most illegal immigrants will try to avoid trying to get as much help from the state as possible, because if the state knows of their existence, if they know that they're illegal, they're going to send ICE or some kind of immigration officers in order to come get them. So generally speaking, they're going to operate on a general sort of level of anonymity, broadly speaking. But also, Elon, illegal immigrants still pay taxes. They do. They pay taxes in the US. You don't have to be a citizen to pay your taxes, because if you work, there's a tax. on the income that you earn. So guess what? Illegal immigrants are actually paying into Social Security. That's a little interesting. So, like, again, he's trying to suggest that there's some pay-for-play scheme when, like, you think about it for, like, literally 3 seconds, and you're just like, how? In what way? Illegal migrants couldn't go to vote, and even if they tried to go to vote, even if they wanted to, for the Democrats, as what he's suggesting, they would be unable to do as such. They can't do it. And generally speaking, for most illegal migrants within the U.S., they're trying to get their citizenship, but since the immigration courts are, like, low funded, there's so much backup of, like, all the different claims that go on constantly. It takes, like, years for even their cases to be heard. So then what like, which is it then? There's obvious solutions to the problem. The obvious solution is you make the illegal migrants that came into the country into, well, citizens. Pretty simple. Like, Canada's easily able to do this, right? If we know that there's, like, some illegal immigrant, if they've been here for a certain amount of years, they become a citizen. Pretty simple. Well, generally that's for, like, legal migrants. I'm not sure what Canada's, like, illegal immigration policy is. More than likely, if they file a claim, it's going to be processed. We have, like, asylum like pretty much anyone else. That's, like, an international sort of law kind of thing. People who make, like, asylum claims. We generally don't really get many illegal immigrants here in Canada. That doesn't really happen all that often. We mostly have legal migration here because it's kind of hard for a lot of illegal immigrants to come up to here. Like, it doesn't really happen very often. We definitely have some policy probably in place. But more than likely, they submit a claim, it gets processed. Our courts are probably not as backed up as, like, the U.S. courts are. It gets processed by the courts, and then if they've stayed here a certain amount of years, for Canada it's 4 years, they become citizens. It's pretty simple, to be honest.
And then turning them into voters.
Yes.
So this is why the Democrats are so upset about the situation.
Yeah, he just said, like, it's a conspiracy. I already, like, instantaneously, like, if you're an illegal immigrant in the U.S., you can't vote. You can't. So, like, again, how are they voters, Elon?
Because they're losing, you know, if we turn off this gigantic money magnet for illegal immigrants, then
God, he
they will
sucks
leave,
so much at speaking, man.
and they'll lose voters.
Yeah, there's just, like, again, it's the same tired Republican talking point. It's already against the law for illegal immigrants to vote in U.S. elections. So, like, what's the sort of pay-for-play scheme? For example, like, oh, what about the 2020 elections? One of the most secure, monitored elections, as said by every, like, U.S., like, state security apparatus, saying, like, nah, there wasn't really anything. The ones who did more voter fraud tended to be Republicans. Like, there was a bunch of them that got caught, like, voting twice. There's already mechanisms in the law that take care of this. Like, it's just complete nonsense. But let's see. Yeah, Twitter did go down today. I didn't really notice it. Maybe I missed it when it was down. But some hacker group did an operation called Darkstorm, and they, like, I guess DDoSed Twitter. Apparently also, like, they DDoSed not only Twitter, but they also DDoSed, I think, like, Discord. Discord also went down. I think that was about it. But let's see. Apparently Elon is blaming Ukraine for this. Now, we just saw the thing about Elon suggesting that the Democrats have a pay-for-play scheme for votes with the Democratic Party, and he provided no evidence at all. Like, illegal immigrants can't vote. They can't. And there's mechanisms already that make it such that they can't vote. So what do you got? What about this time, Elon? What do you have?
Position, what are you doing in the government? There was a cyber attack on X today, which shut it down and may have been foreign sourced.
Yes.
It's a big story. You want to give us a moment on that?
Well, we're not sure exactly what happened, but there was mass.
We're not sure exactly what happened. Okay? Dems meltdown over Musk exposing government waste. Keep in mind, remember all the government waste that apparently he exposed? Like, Doge already, like, constantly they said, like, guys, we found, like, $8 billion of government waste. And that was walked back on. And walked back on. And walked back on. It's just like, did you actually find some government waste? Or are you, like, trying to justify your existence?
Massive cyber attack to try to bring down the X system with IP addresses originating in the Ukraine area.
So he's just going to say it was a DDoS attack from Ukraine. I'll believe it when I see it.
Well, so that's your suspicion. Is the website
Suspicion, huh? Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it when I see it. Because Elon doesn't really... He doesn't really tell the truth on really much of anything. Kudlow's not gonna, like, follow up on him on that one at all. But there's just, like... All I have to say is there evidence? No? Okay. So then Elon's probably lying. Crazy. Not really much else to say here, but Elon's just this very stupid, smarmy dumbass. That's really about it.